There are several options when it comes to foreclosure. You have your loan modification, where we're going to work on lowering the term, lowering the payment, extending the term. You have short sale, where you're going to sell the property for less than you owe the bank, and the bank's going to be okay with it as long as it's negotiated properly. And there's also something that's called a deed in lieu of foreclosure. With a deed in lieu of foreclosure, what happens is you're going to actually return the property back to the bank. You'll deed the property back to the bank. This is I don't want to say difficult process. It's not the easiest thing, but it has to be done right, because basically we have to negotiate with the bank to just take the property back. You know, they'll do a title search, make sure there's no other liens on it, but you know, it's going to save your credit from a foreclosure. The impact a foreclosure has on your credit is devastating. So you have to try everything, everything possible to not let that happen. With a deed in lieu of foreclosure, you're not worried about selling it. It's not a short sale. You're not keeping the property. What you're in fact doing is handing it back to the bank and say, here, I can't afford it. I don't want it. Can you take it back? And a lot of banks, if done right, a lot of banks will take it back. Again, this is a liquidation option. It's an option that you are out of your home, but if there's a death or you just can't afford it, regardless. I mean, I've seen people, mortgage payment of $1,500, we do a modification, it's now $800, and they still can't afford it. You know, it is what it is. If you can't afford it, I'd rather you give it back to the bank than carry the debt and carry the dead weight. But there are key factors to it, and it must be done right. Because when done wrong, you'll give it back to the bank sells it, and then they'll still want the difference of what was owed. So there's a certain way to do it, and here at RAG, we know that way, we do it that way, and make sure you're not liable for anything else. You hand those keys back, they'll give you a check to relocate, and we'll wipe hands, and it's done.